Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to walk us through how the course is laid out in Brightspace. Okay, so now if you're not familiar with Brightspace, the way to access it is through the UMS portal. So here on my browser, I have logged into the UMS portal. I come over to the launch pad over here, and I find the icon for Brightspace. That's this orange circle with a B in the middle of it. I click on that and it takes me to the link to my Brightspace pages that I've got, or courses I should say. So you just find our course here. We are EHD 573. And you click on that and that will take us to the course. Okay, so first place we see is the course homepage, and it is few pieces of information here. You can notice it's kind of set up in windows or panes with different information and different windows around the screen. Over here we have the latest announcements, and you'll see here's an announcement that I've made that will go out after I've got this video done. So you can just log in and you can see what are the latest announcements that I've put up. Over here, here's some information about me. Yes, I need to update the picture. I had a little more hair back then. And a calendar down here that shows the kind of upcoming events, which I think are just the due dates are the events. So we can see I've got homework 1 showing up there. Now it'll only show these as they become available. If I haven't posted it yet, even though we know there's more homework, they're not showing up because at the moment I've only got homework 1 posted, and even that's just temporary for now. We haven't finished that material, so it won't be posted when you're actually logging in, but this is where you'll see it once it becomes available. Then along the top we have these tabs that you can pick for different content. Now we're going to spend most of our time in the content tab, so I'm going to click on that, and this is where it's like the meat and potatoes of the course. Okay, so over here on the left we have it's kind of a menu to select from. Bookmarks, I'm not using that, but I can't make it disappear, so it's there. Course schedule is just a schedule of, again, events coming up, so nothing within nothing today or tomorrow or the next 7 days. You can click on the full schedule, and now it's popping up saying, oh, Friday, February 24th, homework 1's due. So that's what this schedule is telling you. Then table of contents just kind of holds everything else. The key here is weekly schedule. And the weekly schedule is where you're going to see week by week by week, as the course unfolds, all of the material for that week. It's going to have your summary of what are we learning this week, the readings that you need to have done this week, and most importantly, links to all of the videos and all of the slides for each of those videos. So for example, I've week 1 is currently available. So let's click on week 1, and here we see it tells us that starts January 16th. We're covering kind of some of these topics. Here's the chapters for this week, and here are the links to videos. So we've got these intro videos that you're looking at now, though this one will still be updated once I finish making it. Then here's the links to our class videos. So here's the video for statistics and research, kind of the first video, and the PDF of the slides for that video. Now just watch the videos in the order they appear. They're kind of organized that way. So start at the top, and all you do is, well, here it tells you what the video is, kind of a little summary. It tells you it's 13 minutes and 15 seconds long. So like I said, I try to make these in nice bite-sized chunks to work through. If we click on that, I'm going to open in a new tab. It will play the video. Here it is, and then you just click play, and here is that guy all excited to talk about statistics and research with you. So watch the video, but also this tab over here takes you to the PDFs. I'm going to open that in a new window, new tab. And notice here is a copy of all of the slides from that video. Well, not all the slides. You can see I kind of select them. And notice I'll skip a bunch at times because my presentations have kind of, as slides build, like this one kind of builds over time. So you'll notice there'll be some skippings, but it'll be kind of obvious as you're going through. You'll see what I'm doing. So I don't want to just kill trees unnecessarily. But absolutely print this off so you've got it with you. As you're watching the video, take your notes right on these slides. It's a lot of work to make them. Please take advantage of all that sweat I put into making those. So you can just print those off there. And notice for every video, I've got slides that goes with them. So, you know, there's week 1. That's kind of how, and each week, as we get to week 2, week 3, week 4, they're all going to steadily appear. And you just go through it. What are we learning this week? What are the readings? And here's a link with all my videos and slides that go with them. So it's all pretty straightforward there. Then here is a link to the homework. Right now, I've made homework 1 available. I'll hide it once we're done until we get, once I finish making this video, until we finish the material for homework 1. So you won't see it. I only make the homework available once we've covered that material. I do that because in the past, some students got mixed up and they were trying to do homework and we hadn't even covered that material yet, and they were confused and making mistakes trying to guess what stuff was. So to keep things simple, we don't even see the homework till we've covered that material. So here is a link to the PDF assignment. So you'll just click on this and open up a PDF. There you go for that assignment. It's actually the old assignment, but it doesn't matter now. Update it for us. And then a link to the actual where you're going to do the work. So you can click on this link, and actually I'm just going to do that. And it opens it up. Start your quiz, and this is where you put in your answers into Brightspace now. Okay? So, but we're not going to start that yet, so let's go back. So again, print off the PDF, do all the problems, save the, make sure you save, if you're doing calculations, save the work so that you can send it to me as in an email. Get those 10 points. And then once you've done it based on this PDF, this paper copy, upload your answers, enter your answers into Brightspace. Okay? And again, these will just, homework 2, 3, 4, and 5 will all pop up here as we go along. Then here is a link to calculators. This won't make sense yet. These aren't like your desktop calculators. These are for specific statistical distributions we're going to use. The Z distribution, or the normal curve, the T distribution, F distribution, chi-square distribution. And I'll explain this later, how to use these. But these are incredibly handy tools I've made that we have to use for this course. There's tables in the back of the book that you can use for these distributions, but it gets confusing, and students who understand the material make accidental mistakes using those tables. I mean, the tables are so 1990s at this point. It should all be automatic using calculators. So what I've done is I've made these in Google so that you can go in and get the answers. It's much more straightforward than you manipulating tables in the back. Those tables, sometimes you have to add things, subtract things, kind of average things out. It gets very messy to use. Use the calculators. We have to use the calculators for this class. So you're going to use these, but trust me, students have been very happy since we've started doing this. It makes life, it just helps you avoid, makes things faster and helps you avoid accidental mistakes when you're looking at lining up columns and stuff like that. Okay, but we'll get to that later. But here's links to all of them. Additional material, here's where I'll post some additional readings that or other content that we may have as we go along. The semester, discussion forums, 4 different discussion forums. Here's links to those as well. Study groups. If you've seen the syllabus video, you know I did I put in the syllabus video? I can't remember. I think I did. That I'm big on study groups. Find partners, find people to study with together. So here's the way you can reach out to the class. If you're forming a group and you're looking for people to come in, or you're interested in joining a group, you can post in here, and hopefully people can find each other to form some study groups. Discussions on the readings, lectures, videos. We don't have lectures, but kind of all that stuff. If you've got questions, comments, observations, you can post them in here. If you've got a question, others in the class will have a question, probably the same question. So it's a nice way to kind of help each other, support each other as we're going along. Specific discussions on the assignments. This is specifically about the assignments. If you've got a question, now it can't be a question like, what's the answer to number 3? But you could put something out there. You can always email me as well directly if you've got it, particularly about the assignments. You can email me if you've got a question about a question. Students, it's kind of interesting. Some students are comfortable doing that and others aren't. And if you've got a question about, if you're doing the assignment and you've got a question about a question, ask me. I'm okay with that. I may not tell you, well, I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I may help clarify things with you. Then other topics. This is actually I added just as a student suggestion because students were taking classes together remotely and just wanted to find a way of staying up to date with each other. So this is where people have put things like, I've just bought a house, I've just adopted a dog, I've had a baby, I'm getting married, all sorts of things just to share with the class that you may put in. I've got a new job. Seen all sorts of things people have put in. Okay. Here's a copy of the syllabus, the latest copy of the syllabus. If I update the schedule or something, we'll add new versions. Here's where you can get them. And then resources, this is just kind of automatic from CITL with links that students may find helpful for course. Okay. Let's see. Then let's come up here. So that's content. Again, you're going to spend most of your time over here. Course resources. There's several drop down. You click on this. Notice it's got the little down arrowy thing. So a drop down list. Announcements. Here's where you can see all of the old announcements. Now you'll get these copies of these announcements sent to you via email to your main.edu address. So make sure you're checking main.edu, or make sure things are getting forwarded if you're sending them to another email address, because you'll get a lot of announcements. You'll get reminders about due dates, about office hours. You'll get clarifications of, oh, there's a problem with this question. This is what I mean, or this is what you need to be thinking about. You don't want to miss out on those. So make sure you're getting the announcements. Make sure you pay attention to them when they come. Don't just say, oh, another one from Craig, and delete it. It could help you a lot. So pay attention to the announcements. But you can also see all the old announcements are saved and archived. Ooh, what happened? Let's come back. I've kind of lost myself there. Are saved and archived here. Okay. Then under course resources, we have the class list. This was another thing I've added at student request. Students wanted to see who else was in the class, in part to form study groups. So they had no way of knowing who else was in the class with them. And so this way it's like, oh, I've taken a course with her or him in the past, and you can all reach out and maybe coordinate studying together if you want. Then another copy of the calendar that we've seen before. You can, now it's kind of in a different format, so we can kind of let's jump to February, and you see, look, it shows up here that homework 1 is due on February 24th. Okay, so the due dates will show up here again. It's not going to show up until I've made it available. So no other, so don't see nothing there for May or April or March and think, oh, there's nothing due. That's obviously not the case. Then for emailing, folder, library, resources, calendar, we don't need to look at those. Assessments, in this drop down, there's 3 options. Grades. Here's where you see your grades. And again, I've made only the homework one available at this point. But again, I'm going to hide it so you won't be there when you start, when you first log in. But this is where you'll see homework one. And then all the homeworks as they become available. And notice there's two entries. There's the 50-point problems that you're doing directly in Brightspace. And then here's this extra 10 points. Just email me a copy of your work. That's all you need, 10 points. And this 10 points I have to enter in manually. But once you email it to me, easy 10 points. So this is where you'll see your grades. Discussion, here's another link to the same discussion forums, so I won't repeat that. Right, here's those same discussion forums. And then here's the homework. Here's where you go, another place for links to the homework. So you can get this, you know, under the content folder, right? There was a homework section under the content tab, but you can also get the link to them through the assessments, same thing. So that is how the course is set up on Brightspace, all right? I think it's pretty straightforward, lots of information. I try to make it very organized. Again, you're going to spend a lot of time under the content folder working with that weekly schedule where you're going to see week by week by week what you need to do. And then here's kind of, again, the links to the homework assignments as they become available. So hope you find this helpful, and we're ready to start going. So take care. Bye-bye.